Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. Really excited for today's video. The beer is courtesy of Michael. Thanks so much, Michael. I really appreciate it. Mike, if you know him that way. I don't know why I keep saying that. Candy Cane, Mind Over Matter, Double Chocolate Milk Stout from Magnify. I have had beers from Magnify and reviewed some on the channel. They are a really good brewery. This is 8% ABV. Lactose, obviously, since it's a milk stout. Cocoa nibs and peppermint, and they are out of Fairfield, New Jersey. This was canned 3 months ago. I think because we still have some candy canes in the house, this still counts as candy cane stout season, even though we're in early February. I mean, if you're going to have a candy cane stout beer, right? I mean, that's what it looks like, right? That's what you make that look like. All right. Speaking of looking at things. All right. So apparently I poured it pretty good. You got 2 fingers ahead. It's incredibly dark brown, very light black. So it's a little, like a lot of the stouts I've been drinking lately, I've been saying the same thing. So this one's a little different because there's more brown than those ones had. So there you go, a little something different. If you've been watching all my videos and think I'm repeating myself, which sometimes I do, depending on the beers. The head, compact bubbles, you have, I would say just regular mocha, maybe even a light mocha colored head. Definitely a beautiful beer. Looks like a stout that's not double digits, right? So like this 8% stout, it's a little thinner looking, not thinner, but like lighter looking, I should say. But yeah, definitely looks like a stout. Given the adjuncts, adjuncts, head retention's really nice. You can see aroma. You get that peppermint for sure. But you know what? At least on first sniff, it's not like too much. Okay, good. So not only is the chocolate coming through, you kind, at least for me, you kind of want this beer to go one extreme or the other. Like I either want this beer to be like really sweet and lean into this like candy cane pastry kind of a stout, or to have enough dryness, like a really good amount of dryness where it's like almost like balancing maybe the sweetness that you think you're associating with the candy cane of the peppermint. The smell, it is like husky chocolate, like cacao nib, the whole, again, like the husk part of it, even like it's got that, like it's got chocolate to it, like actual chocolate, don't get me wrong, but it has for sure held on to like the cacao nib, cocoa nib, they're saying cocoa nib, ness of it. All of that being said, I mean, it is just the adjuncts. I mean, I maybe some of that chocolate cocoa thing is the base beer, but like this is, I don't know, 70% the peppermint, 30% that chocolate thing. Other than those two, I mean, it's, you buy a beer like this, you want those adjuncts, right? Like you want that thing that they're promising, right? And that's what you're getting. In terms of complexity or whatever, I mean, not much of that. Let's get into the taste. Cheers. Thanks again, Michael. I really appreciate it. Seriously. And then they go and do this to me. Okay. So to go back to that thing I was saying about like either being like really sweet, I would kind of want this beer to be like really sweet or have a good amount of essentially dryness to it and have like a dark chocolate candy that has like crushed candy cane on top kind of a thing. And this is kind of defying what I said because it's kind of in the middle of those two things, and it actually works really well. It's definitely not overly sweet. There is a sweetness to it. Don't get me wrong, but it's definitely not overly sweet. As much as the peppermint was in the aroma, it's not. It's in. I guess you could argue it's overly done, but peppermint's gonna be a dominant thing. In the taste, though, it's not. It's there. It's pleasant. It's actually really lovely and works well with the stout. But because sometimes, man, mint and stouts can go sideways fast, people can do it in a really bad way or too much or too little, usually too much. This is really nice, but then there is like I hate to say savory, but like on the road to savory quality. And I really think the fact that this has those cacao nibs and the peppermint. If it was just the base beer, I think this would have been sweeter, which again, I think I would have appreciated, but it's kind of throw me for a loop in like the best possible way with what I have been given. You do get a little bit more of the base beer. I mean, I shouldn't even say a little bit more. Like, I got no base beer in the aroma, but I do get some actual like base beer stoutiness. Actually tastes like a beer at times also, which is nice. At this point, I got to take another sip because I've exhausted everything I wanted to say, which is saying a lot because like I just listed off a bunch of stuff about this beer. Like there's a lot going on and it's working, which is cool. You do get like a kiss of vanilla, which makes sense with the lactose. There's like kind of like that husky thing I was getting in the aroma. There's like attached to that chocolatey, actual cacao note. There's almost like that, a little bit like that light brown bread bran kind of a thing. So again, not savory, but not sweet, like an element. And that is what it tastes like almost like not quite molasses, but kind of molassesy. Yeah, kind of like a molasses cookie, So it's kind of helping anchor it, over here and not letting it get to that too sweet depth, Threw me for a loop. I was expecting and wanting one way or the other and didn't get what I was expecting, didn't get what I wanted, and was pleasantly surprised with what I did get. And I think that's pretty cool. It's also just fun. Like, it's tasty and all that, but it's kind of like a fun beer, which sometimes we have to remind ourselves because people, myself included sometimes, we take this, hobby so seriously, and sometimes it's okay just to have like a fun tasting beer. And this is that. So I really appreciate it, Michael. Seriously, man, I really appreciate this. This was a trip. Have you guys had this beer before? Have you had a good minted stout lately or ever, or a horrible one you want to tell me about? Comment section below. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both of those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.